Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this week, Grand Imam of Al-Azhar, Sheikh Ahmed Al-Tayyib, delivered a speech in the occasion of the birth of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, in the attendance of the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, and also in the attendance of the Minister of Endowment, Dr. Mukhtar Goma. And during his speech, Grand Imam of Al-Azhar, Dr. Ahmed Al-Tayyib, announced the allocation or establishing of a global platform to spread awareness and get people to know, people around the world to know more about the manners, the good manners of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the message in which Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, brought to the humanity a message of peace and forgiveness. And this platform is scheduled to be established in several languages. And to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have this phone with Dr. Gamal Surur, Director for the International Islamic Center for Population Studies and Research at Al-Azhar University. Welcome, Dr. Surur.
Thank you.
Dr. Surur, how do you see the initiative of establishing this platform, global platform, the initiative by the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar, Dr. Ahmed Al-Tayyib?
Well, actually, I would think that this was a great gift from His Excellency, the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar, Professor Dr. Ahmed Al-Tayyib, the Grand Sheikh of Al-Azhar, not only to the Muslim world, but to the whole world and the humanity at large. Because the objective, as we have heard from him, that to dispel misconception about Islam and to clarify the position of Islam concerning humanity and concerning all actions which are undertaken. Because as we all know, that because of the multiple sources of information, and some of these informations are really not true, and they are based on false information, they really have reflect a bad picture about the Islam, and Islam is certainly clear from this misconception and misinterpretation. And it was important for Al-Azhar to take the initiative to perform this and establish this platform. Certainly, we see a lot of deeds and acts which are performed by some guys who are Muslims, and these are only personal behaviors or behaviors based on a political agenda or reflecting the interests of various bodies and organizations. And regrettably, the people, they declare this as if it is an Islamic. It is not an Islamic. It is an act which is being committed by a person who happened to be a Muslim, but the Islam certainly condemns this. And it was important that Al-Azhar take this initiative to dispel all this misconception about Islam and what we are seeing of conflicts all over the world. Regrettably, when the last events happened concerning the publication of the photos and pictures and the caricatures of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, very, very regrettably, it was propagated as it is an Islamist. It is not an Islamist. It is, it is an act which was committed by a person who happened to be a Muslim, but this does not reflect the position of Islam. And certainly, if we say that we are publishing this information based on the freedom of speech, the freedom of expression, this is ridiculous, because the freedom of speech and the freedom of expression should stop at the time when it is approaching the rights of others and approaching the feelings of others. So you cannot really have an absolute and unrestricted freedom of expression of thoughts or expressions of idea. Yes, everyone is entitled to express his views and his opinions. Everyone is entitled to say whatever he wants, but he should know, or she should know, that this should stop when it comes to hurting other people. And we cannot have double standards in this world. If anybody talks about Christianity or about Judaism, then he is accused of being anti-Semite, or he is accused that he is making fun of religions, etc. But when someone talks badly about Islam, then we try to say that this is freedom of expression. This is not freedom of expression. This is an attack on the freedom of others and on the rights of others, and this should not happen at all. We should have one standard of dealing with things. We should treat alike cases alike, but we should treat different cases in a different way, which express the situation of the case.
Yes, Dr. Surur, what are the languages in which the platform is established? Or how many languages is the platform going to be established?
According to His Excellency the Grand Sheikh of Al-Azhar, he indicated that it will be in a different language and it will deal with all aspects of our everyday life practices and handle all the deeds which are happening all over the world, and it will reflect the position of Al-Azhar, which reflects the position of Islam concerning these issues, so that when something is being committed in any part of the world, then people would know the position of Islam on this. And we should always differentiate between an act being committed by a Muslim and an act which is an Islamist. There is a huge difference between these two expressions, and we should be aware of this in order to live in peace and in order for all cultures and all religions get the mutual respect they deserve.
Yes, Dr. Surur, so this platform is going to be established online.
Yes.
Is there any ideas of establishing also as part of this platform a group of scholars from Al-Azhar, for example, to have a tour around the world in certain countries, making conferences and seminars to get people in these countries to know more and spread awareness about the great manners of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him?
Yes, absolutely, certainly. And this, as you already know, is already happening. I mean, we have witnessed the tours of His Excellency the Grand Imam, Professor Dr. Ahmad Tayyib, in Africa, in Asia, in Europe. We have witnessed his address in the German parliament and addressing the parliamentarian in Germany, and of course he talks with the interdialogue of religions with the Holy Pope of Rome, and it is being propagated all over the world. You know, if we look at the schedule of His Excellency Professor Dr. Ahmad Tayyib, Sheikh Al-Azhar, and the other figures in Al-Azhar University, like the rector of Al-Azhar University and other religious leaders in Al-Azhar all over the world, we can witness these and how they are really giving a realistic picture of Islam and its position on all aspects of our life. As you already know, that the Islamic religion deals with all aspects of humanity. It is not a religion only just of piety, but it is a religion also of dealing with all aspects of our life.
Yes, Dr. Surur, is there any coordination between Al-Azhar and other Islamic countries after they heard about this initiative of establishing this platform from Dr. Ahmed Al-Tayyib, the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar? What is the coordination that is going to take place, or what is the echo that this establishing of this platform left concerning the Islamic countries?
Absolutely. I mean, as we all of us know, that Al-Azhar has collaboration with the various Islamic institutes all over the world, but all Muslims in the different parts of the world look at Al-Azhar as the minaret of Islam, and it is a center for the Sunni Muslims. And we can see this in the different organizations which we have at Al-Azhar, like the Council of the Grand Religious Leader, like the Council of the Islamic Research, like the Council of Hukama al-Muslimin, like the Hayat Kubar al-Ulama, and others. And these
high-ranking scholars
among themselves people from different Islamic organizations.
Yes. Dr. Surur, please, I'd like that you give me a quick look concerning the competition that was launched by Al-Azhar in the occasion of the birth of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.
Thank you.
Dr. Surur?
Yes. Hello?
Can you hear me, Dr. Surur?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, please. A quick look concerning the competition launched by Al-Azhar in the occasion of the birth of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.
Sorry, did you say the competition?
The competition of Al-Azhar, the global competition launched by Al-Azhar, launched by Al-Azhar in the occasion of the birth of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.
Yes, these competitions are being run in order to identify those who are gifted and those who can write or do something which reflects the manners and the characters of the Prophet Muhammad, peace upon him, as an example for humanity, which really is unique in its structure, in its character, in its manners, and it is a personality which really we should be proud to follow what he, peace upon him, had been doing or had been acting or had been saying.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time, for your valuable information. Dr. Gamal Surur, Director for the International Islamic Center for the Population Studies and Research at Al-Azhar University. Thank you very much, sir, for your time. With this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of our program, Cairo Local Time. I'm Amal Mukhtar. Thank you for watching.